coming home to Big Mama's embrace, where the door's always open, where love has its place. We're family. We don't always agree, but we come back together. That's how it should be. Bring your cup of coffee or your favorite tea. Get ready for a chat. Let's share our dreams. With my hubby Richard and baby Sister Ned May, Sister Deb True by my side. It's a beautiful day. Official Jamie, a scratch and Pete. We're never apart. Trish the natural and geeky girl journal close to my heart. We're family. We don't always agree, but we come back together. That's how it should be. Bring your cup of coffee or your favorite tea. Get ready for a chat. Let's share our dreams. With Juba, Chat, and Lean from the UK, our family circle grows stronger every day. We laugh, we love, we sometimes disagree, but in this family we find unity. We're family. We don't always agree, but we come back together. That's how it should be. Or bring your cup of coffee or your favorite tea. Get ready for a chat. Let's share our I am Betty J. Gathers. Welcome to my home. In this loving family, you'll never be alone.
Wow. Oh, my sister up here. Wrong time. Wrong time. Good morning, everybody. Oh, I got somebody here special today.
Good morning, everyone.
Talk. Okay, I love people that talk. Let's see who came in here. Oh, let's see. We got a whole lot of people. And also, Tish, she's streaming out. So we're going to get I said this is where the homesteaders, the Canadians and Floridians and vloggers, mukbang, all of us meet together.
There you go. Yeah, we're all combining into one today.
We're combining into one today. I'm telling you. Has it started getting cold in Canada yet?
Oh, yeah.
New Brunswick, right?
Yes, New Brunswick. We've already had frost 3 or 4 times now. So, yes, we are getting cold here. So I will admit right now we are going through a little bit of a warm spurt. I literally took the dog out just before coming on here and I stepped outside and I almost melted because of the heat and the humidity. So we're getting a little bit of
what's the warm spurt?
When it's 28 outside feels like 36 Celsius. So that's getting closer to like the 90s for you, I guess.
Okay, yeah, that's warm.
So yeah,
Okay.
that it was moist and like the humidity was heavy. So yeah, we're having it's the last few days we've had it. I think we have 2 more days and it goes back to being cold. So
We've got the Butler family here. Welcome. I got Keisha, my baby girl. I tell you, she was on my live a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. And lover in her description, because I read everybody what about hers was like a Bible girl. Bible. So and who else is sneaked in here? Butler Farm is here. Rebecca Touched by Jan. And D is from Australia. They're in the summer now. They're in the summer.
well,
D,
technically they'd be going into the fall because or into this. Wouldn't they have just? Yeah, we're going into the fall. So yeah, you're right. They are in the summer. Jeez, wow.
yeah, there. She's gardens, but she has a huge. When she says she gardens, you think it's huge. She spends money. I don't know. D said about $1,000, I guess, every time the season comes, or more. And she's now planting bulbs and
Oh,
everything.
okay, yeah.
Um, yeah, and let's see who else before I even introduce Tiffany. I tell you, we've got Food Forest Permaculture. Good morning and welcome. Let's see. D, hello. Okay, I wrote that my own self. Karen Good. How do you say the last name? She's on your side. Karen Goddios.
God, I don't
Okay.
I don't know. I have never tried to pronounce the last name. Sorry, Karen.
Karen G. That's your name for today.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, and Rebecca, I haven't seen her for a while. My sister who just tried to call me, Annette. And my sister, yeah, she went to Canada. Too cold, blocks of ice. Y'all don't have snow. Y'all have blocks of ice. I
We get
seen.
snow too.
I'm trying to think of the person. God, he has lives on the weekend Sunday morning. You know what I'm talking about? I can't even think of his name. And I used to start following him first because they started the gardens in the garages, the seed.
Okay.
I'm like,
Yeah.
well, my. I learned a lot. And I got Trish here this morning. Welcome, Trish, a friend of mine for sure. And Dee, I'll never get rid of her. She's been with me forever, ever, ever through the hurricanes. I would be on here like 8 hours. Dee wouldn't leave. And Martin was from the UK, and we don't know what happened to Martin. That's my
Well, that's not
Martin.
good.
Yeah.
Wait,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just
Martin.
gonna say, I think I was seeing a Martin somewhere in somebody's live the other day.
Oh, maybe he from the UK, you think?
I think so. I might be. I can't remember. So
I missed him. Me and Dee missed him. Half Cheetah Will View, amazing interviewer. He's the one that's told me that I need to start interviewing. He said, Betty, your son's coming through the window. You'll be an amazing interviewer. So I'm gonna try just a little. Chris Creation Fun, welcome. And if I miss anybody, Tiff, just shout them out because we're
well,
gonna.
Chris is my husband, so hi,
I
hubby.
thought so. Hey, Chris. And Bud Files, welcome. They're everywhere. Been on. Oh, we go way back. Bud Files, even with Tuba Chat, we
Yep.
go with the Bud Files. We go back like a long time ago.
So do we actually.
We call us the OG. You know what? When he talks about our channel, talking about we're growing from leaps and bounds, I'm like, who channel he talking about? I'm like, huh? What? What you talking about? M&T Living. Hey, how you doing? Okay, let me try to hurry up and get on to the end so I can introduce you again. Okay, I think I made it to the end for now. But let me tell you, I have Canadian Family Life Tiff. She was on before. I kept calling her her mom's name. I can't see and I can't even remember. So something was going on that day because I can't even remember the name. It was like, that's my
Well,
mom's
that
name.
was just it. I was on your show shortly after my mother passed, so it was a sweet little
Yeah,
reminder. So when
it
you
was
kept calling me by
weird.
my,
I'm like, and then she
it
said,
was
you
like,
did it again. I'm like, I don't even know where that name coming from.
yeah, you kept calling me Sue. My mother's name was Susan. You kept calling me Sue. It's like, I'm not Sue, but I'll take it.
Uh, and I got, living my best life at 60. And she's engaged, and I want to be her flower girl. I can fly right on up there to Georgia, girl, and be your flower girl. They say I can. And I
You're
got
never too old to be a flower girl,
Jared.
right?
Yeah, Jared Talks is in the house. I already got my little ring of flowers. You know how they had to
You're,
put it on your head,
good.
girl. I don't need
You're
and a cheap
perfect then.
and
There
a
you
cheap
go.
little dress. Don't I don't buy no expensive dress for no don't nobody asking nothing about no weddings, and I got to buy a dress. Okay, if I ain't got it in my closet, I think that's just when you got to spend a lot, and then people act. One of my friends did that. I was like, girl, ain't how much is mine? I ain't gonna not wear this dress again. You gonna be in my wedding? That's what she was like. And I never wore that dress again. Paid all that money for that dress. Let's see, Butler family. What are they saying? Wow, getting married at 60, that is cool. Yeah, girl, they are in love. He is so nice. He really is. But okay, I have Tiffany here. I'm at the end, y'all. Thank you so much. We got 19 people in the house. Thank you
Welcome
so
in,
much for
everybody.
being here. If you have not thumbs up, please. You know, but Tiffany, first I'm going to say, I want to say something about she put in her what about, which I love because it's short and sweet. She says, we are a family of 4 and 1 doggy from rural New Brunswick, Canada. Join us as we learn to navigate all of this and have fun while doing so. Boy, we learned a lot from the beginning, haven't we? Mm-hmm. Life is too short not to. Let me introduce my family. Dad, Chris, Sunday updater. Is he still a Sunday updater? Okay, Chris. Mom, Tiffany, that's me, that does everything.
Yep, I'm doing everything else. Yep.
Daughter, Bella. Okay, somebody try to get me to name my new puppy Bella. I hear Bella everywhere now. So
I do too.
did that come from that movie, or you did it before?
No,
Bella.
I've always liked the name Isabella, so it had nothing to do with the Twilight movies. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Like my puppy, Olivia. I
yeah.
always loved that. I never had a daughter. So now, in fact, my dog before this one was a boy. And
Ah,
I wanted to try, and this is, and we're not going to even talk about her today, but she's just brought so much joy back in my life. Oh my God.
she's a
And
cutie.
yeah, she brought so much love back in here. And then she has a daughter, okay, 13 years old. Girl. And then we got son Alex. He was on here one time. He's a talker too.
He is, and he literally just turned 12 on Sunday, so that was his
Uh-huh.
birthday.
Okay. I don't know what Chris, but I guess that's to you. He got both channels running.
Yeah, he's got your channel and my channel running, so we got
Oh,
he's got
thank
two
you
different
so
devices.
much. Thank you so much. And then Goofy Dog Missy, 11 years old. Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
I have to update that. She's now 12 years old. She was
Okay.
born 6 weeks before Alex was, so
Oh my goodness. So that's all he knows is
there's Missy. Yeah, they've grown up together, so
okay. That is on the 55 and TV is on the I don't know.
I bet he's on TV downstairs.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. I'm looking cute on now. And then again, Rebecca touched by Jan. I've known her forever. And then she says, which is so true, no one subject here. I will be posting grocery hauls, food bank hauls, anything, Christmas recipes, cooking, baking, crafting, do-it-yourself projects, country living. Just read really a hodgepodge of fun videos to help brighten your day. Come join our online fam, and I have her channel pinned to the top. So please tell her I sent you over there, and I'm telling you. And come join our family online and see you on the flip side. Oh. So tell me about I want to know about the dog first, Missy, 11 years old. Oh my God.
Yeah,
How
she's a black lab. Well, she's a black lab chocolate lab cross, so she's got white on her as well. Hey guys, welcome in.
Oh,
And she chose us actually. She actually chose our daughter Bella when my in-laws took Chris and Bella, because I was pregnant with Alan and couldn't leave too far from home. So when they took them to go see the dogs, Chris, I guess, I think he was talking to the lady about the dogs, and Grampy and Bella, who was a year at that time, went over to look at the puppies. And out of all the puppies, Missy came bounding over and was all over Bella, and that was it.
What'd you say?
She chose us.
That was it. Okay. And I'm existing on no sleep, everybody. My puppy had me up at 1. But she's good though. She's already paper trained and everything. And 4:30 in the morning, and she's over there laid out now, thank God.
Missy's she did the same thing. She's black labs when they get older have issues with their hindquarters.
Their legs.
So she's struggling with her legs. So it's hard for her to get up and down our porch steps and everything. So I go out there and I help her by holding her back end up. And that exhausts her for a little while. So she's over by her food dish, believe it or not. She's eaten, she's drank, and now she's out cold.
I know.
She's out cold right by the food dish.
Yeah, because I had to tote Colin up and down the stairs for years. Yeah, I do know about that. And Colin, I don't know what kind of personality your dog had, but Colin was type A. He ran the roost. He ran the roost.
No. She's more of an attention hog. Even now, she wants to be the center of attention. If she can get up in your grill, she will. And she thinks she's a lap dog. And that was my mother-in-law. Because when she came home when they brought her home to us, it was cold and it was raining really badly. So Grammy had her tucked in her shirt in her jacket the whole time.
Wow.
So Missy seems to remember that, and she now thinks she's a lap dog. So every once in a while, she will try and get up in your lap if it's especially if she hasn't seen you in a while. So she does think she's a lap dog.
We had some people to slide in here, and I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody. Okay, I know Warmstrong slid in, Pete slid in.
Judy May Collins, hello, hon.
Judy, she go back a long way too, girl. I'm telling you, this YouTube life wasn't what I thought it was gonna be, y'all. At all.
No, it's actually better than I expected it to be with how many people I've met and all the friendships that I've made.
Okay. So have y'all did meetups in Canada, meet up with each other? Not yet.
No, I'm not yet. I haven't been able to. I was supposed to meet up with darn it, Drew, when he and Warren were here. Come hither with Heather's people. But I didn't get the text message in time, so we weren't able to. And I just haven't had a chance to meet up with anybody. There are several of creators around here, there's Rem's family. He's up north.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That was the first Canadian I really met that, lots of ice.
But he and we've been talking for a while now, actually over a year. So there's a possibility that we might be meeting up with him here in the next little while. And then Corinne's life in Nova Scotia is only I think 2 hours away, but we have yet to meet up. We're gonna try and do something, but no actual meetups.
Okay. And I'm hoping, like everybody, thumbs up. I'm hoping I didn't miss anybody. And somebody said, we just met Warm Strong, M&T Living. And anybody that's in the chat that wants to come on my channel, please just head on over to my Instagram. And I would be glad to interview you. I think I have 2 openings October. September is completed. But and probably would have had those spots if I, a little stuff, family stuff was going on, would have been done. So yeah, with me losing my dog, because it's been less than a month. Well, it's been about a month. And I didn't expect to get a brand new dog so fast. It was not even in, but I went to my old breeder and I told her I really didn't want the personality that Colin had. I wanted a laid back dog. So she said, I got one just for, and when I went over, she said, this one is like Colin, Jazzy. She said, Sasha, which I changed her name, is laid back. And I noticed everybody ran out and she kind of stayed back. And she has, let me tell you, she could wake up at 1, 2, 3. I don't care. I love her. Now, I got tired yesterday. Now, I ain't going to lie. But today, I got tired. But it was the best thing I could have done, though. Got her as soon as I did. But the kids, do you homeschool?
Yep.
Whoa, is that lots of work?
It was really at first, but once you find the right way of your way of teaching and everything like that, it becomes very easy, especially as the kids learn quicker and they find their own way of learning. Because it's not just a way of teaching, it's also you have to pinpoint the way your child learns. Not every child learns the same way. Once you've got that down pat, it's pretty simple. At least in my experience. Now, I've known other people who have struggled with homeschooling and everything, but in my opinion and experience, it's not as bad as people may think. And it's not as hard, especially considering there are a lot of tools out there. There are websites that you can go to. You can get books. Amazon has, if you type in homeschooling, they have a whole whack of things that will come up that will, and all these different tools and such. And there's so many different ways that you can homeschool, different methods and stuff that you can explore them all and find what works for you and your family and your children. So.
Okay. I know my daughter-in-law's tried it one time, but it was like, she had a lot more kids too. So she was like, but how is the New Brunswick school system though? Is it, see, that's why I said, I don't know. Cause like in this country, I already know how our school system is broken. So I didn't know if, hey, Joshua, I didn't know if that was, any different there.
No, it's kind of broken here too-ish. I mean, every school system has their issues. It's just, we noticed that when the time happened and they had to stay home, we found that they learned better at home in an at-home environment. So for ours, it was just too overwhelming to be in the school setting. And because they standardized learning and everything like that, our daughter was struggling with math. We thought she had an issue. It wasn't the fact that she had an issue. It was because they standardized this Common Core math and she couldn't understand it. Her brain could not wrap around the Common Core. Once we taught her how we learned when we grow up, she's fine now. She can do math like that. It was just, it because of the standardizing, it's really hard sometimes for kids when they don't learn the same way as everyone else.
Okay.
So, hey, Kristen.
Yeah, we have people sneak in here. Follow the Bradley Fun. Gonna have a show later today. Okay, you can say what time it is. And lovely Samira, thank you so much for coming. And let me keep going down. Bella Whisper. Hey, you know what really what would be my dream, and I've been saying that for years. And usually when I say stuff, looks like it comes into fruition. Don't know how, but I always wanted to move to like Central Florida because it has all the different seasons. And I could see myself honestly staying in a trailer. I tell everybody, well, a good, it don't even have to be an acre. It could be a half, a quarter. Nobody really close by, and just a quiet life. I can honestly see that. You know, a garden. I probably get a garden, y'all, because I'm teasing. I do it. I do it. But I would love to have that. Like now, when I was younger, I was like, you done lost your mind. I would love to have that. Not to have the neighbors so close by. Don't even, we don't speak, we don't talk. How far are your neighbors? Are they close or how is it?
Well, the farthest going that way towards the street or down the street, we've got a lot of distance between us and the nearest neighbors. Now, the nearest neighbors go in this direction. There's a small plot that used to have a house on it, but no longer does before there's the next house. So it's a pretty decent sized lot. That's where they store the hay for the winter. It's actually getting filled up right now. And then across the street we have the cow farm, but they're further down across from that house. So they're further down. But so our closest neighbors are technically the cows, if you really want to talk about it.
That sounds good to me. I'll take cow, I'll take the dung, I'll take it all from what the neighbors I got. I'll take that. I will take that.
Well, that's just it. Is those cows? They're it's becoming a staple in this house. Every morning with our coffee, Chris sits here and he looks out and he plays or he watches the cows. He does cow watching. So that's what we do now is we watch the cows across the street. So
see, I would enjoy that. I really would enjoy that.
You've never really seen a baby cow play until you've mistaken a baby cow, a calf, for a dog. That's what they look like. They're running around, they're jumping around, they're having a good old time, and you don't realize it's a calf until they stop and you see, okay, it's not a dog, it's not small like a dog, it's a long legs, got a tail, all that sort of stuff. It's actually, they are fun to watch. They are just, they jump and they dance and when the snow comes, my goodness, if they've never seen snow before, that is fun to watch too. First time ever seeing snow, and the calves are at first they're like, "What is this stuff?" And then when they realize it's light and fluffy, and they're all playing in it, it's really fun to watch.
Yeah, let me get over to this chat because it's off the chain. Bradley's fun says we've had an issue with our son's school this last week since oh God, yes,
yeah.
Oh, it's not. Kids aren't even safe anymore to be in school. You send them off, and you don't. Sad
you never know
that you don't even know, And when I was going to school umpteen years ago, police on the school, where they better call your mom or your daddy. Yeah, and and that's what people say. I know people either you spank or you don't spank, but people think people beat us all the time is what they say, beat instead of spank. But that was almost non-existent. All they had to do was roll them eyes. You'd be like. You be spanked right there. I can't even. I got spanked, but it was so far and in between. If people gonna be abusive, they're gonna be abusive. It was
the same way. I was spanked when I was a kid. I survived. I'm here to tell about it.
I deserved it. I deserved every bit of it.
That's just it. Is if I got spanked, it was for a good reason, which wasn't very often because I was the good sister. Believe it or not, I was the angel. So if I got spanked, it was for a good reason. I did something that really required it. So I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I'm like
discipline.
Yeah, Love and Samara said, yeah, they have changed so much in schools. Even yes, it is.
Yeah. The grading system, I can't understand it. I remember, the pass fail, the ABC, those grades I understand. Right now, they do it on like a number system now, like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I don't understand it. I grade the way I want to.
And Keisha told me, hey, Tiffany side, I'm trying to bring this together. I've got Ernie Hatmaker. I think I've got her at the end of October, and most people don't know her. And
I do.
Yeah, and I Millionaire Paul, when he was really, really active, that's where I learned her from. And I'm going to have her on the end of October, so I'm so happy about that. And
well, I've met a lot of people. Like I do a lot of collaborations. Cooking ones like right now with the survival seeds. So I've met a lot of these different people through the different collaborations and everything. So
okay. Welcome in, everybody. I'm trying to get down the chat a little bit. My daughter is a third grade teacher. I didn't know that. Math and science. So many children are oh yeah, I'm gonna have living my best life at 60 on too. Yay! So many children. Then she can say officially that I am the file girl. I don't care how old I am. Okay. So many children are struggling since 2019 because being out for the virus. But you know what? I'll disagree with that just a little bit. I think the school system and the kids been struggling forever. When the parents really, because when I was going to school, you know, parents were intact. They knew what was going on. And I think sometimes the parents kind of disconnect because then the teachers become the babysitters. That's what they are. You know, well, you take care of it. No, you take care of it. But yeah, but that is the biggest disconnect. The parents and not being wherever, but they can be at the cheerleader practice, they can be at the football games, they can be at all that. But a PTA meeting, I say they need to take the PTA meeting out there.
Yeah, move it to a social setting, and then you might get them.
Yeah, consume the goodness. Hello.
Hey,
Yeah, everybody's saying hi. I keep going on down. 9:57. Yeah, I am. If children don't learn, I didn't even know your daughter was a teacher. She keeps her granddaughter during the day. I think she's about 3 or 4 now. But if children don't learn the basics at an early age, yes. By the time they're 3, because that concrete thinking, is starting to really kick in. So I learned a little bit about the brain when I worked with pregnant women, but a little. And you know why we make so many mistakes in our 20s? Because the decision making part of our brain isn't really all together until you're in your 30s. That's why we be making all them. Like, girl, what kind of decision? Well, I was just my first husband. I'm sure to him, me too. I was a baby. I thought I knew about being married, and he did too. We didn't know anything. Okay, let me keep going. Oh, I can see myself in a tiny home or a trailer, and don't have to pay no home on it, no insurance on it either. I call it a disposable home. Just blow it away and you put up another one. Because insurance here, homeowner, I don't know about over in Canada, but they are draining us dry.
It's not good here either. But that is our dream too, is to live in a tiny home and to go small.
Well,
We've got several ideas, and
I don't know. I gotta have a couple of bathrooms.
Well, even in a tiny trailer, you can have a couple of bathrooms. It's a little tiny.
Yeah.
You and your
I
husband.
don't want much room. I want 2 bathrooms, 2 bedrooms, maybe 3. Yeah, I want a sitting room, my office. I gotta have all, but it'll be smaller than what I'm in. I can tell you that 1,000 square feet would be enough for me. I don't want more than 1,000 square feet. No. Let's see. Let me keep going. Thank you so much, everybody that's in here. Yes, children need home training, and parents need to be involved. Let me tell you, my baby son, girl, I lived at the school. I lived out there so much that they called me and say, my name that time was Miss Thomas. Miss Thomas, I'm so sorry to be calling you. He made it through though, but God knows I had to live. I was like, boy. And the sad part was our personalities are there, but he turned to be an amazing human. It took him up to he 41, 40, I would say. Amazing. So if you're worried about your teens, you're worried about it kicks in. It may take a longer time, but he's an amazing. He always was an amazing father, though. Always. Both my boys, really. But now I can say my baby son, he got it. He has it.
That's just it. Is with my 2 older children. Hunter is going to be 22 here this year, and he's got a good head on his shoulders already.
Uh-huh.
Both children, they're adults now, so a little misguided during their youth and such. And then
Yeah.
my 19-year-old daughter has really turned Emma. She turned a really big leaf. She was didn't handle the divorce very well, so she rebelled a little. But she met a wonderful man,
Good.
and they are now currently engaged. I know she's 20, but she's or 19. She's
Yeah.
currently engaged, but
Sometimes.
she's making
Sometimes.
she's making me a grandma too. So
Oh.
they're due in December.
What is it going to be, boy or girl?
Boy. Still
Oh,
don't know her name yet, but she's due
okay.
December 20th. But she did the whole thing. She, like I said, she rebelled and everything.
Yeah.
Then she's met this wonderful man, and
Okay.
it's been one like a
Yeah.
wow, she is just
Mhm.
blossomed and such. So yeah, even if you have problems with your teenagers, sooner or later,
Oh,
believe it or
God.
not, most will
Yeah.
grow out of it. So
That's what turns us old. You're
yeah,
like, I fussed so much at him one day. I looked in the mirror. I said, "This is why people get old. This is why." F.R. Humphreys Felicia, I was in her chat the other night, and we were talking about StreamYard, the price going up. I'm like, I'm not on it enough now. Now, when I was working for my hours and stuff,
yeah.
my watch hours, I was on it all the time. So I'm like, do I want to pay $44 a month for just being on here? I went over and looked at, what is that? Restream. I went over to look at that. I might try some pop-ups on there a little bit and see how. I know Warmstrong, when you were looking at all the different ones, which one did you like the best besides StreamYard? Because he was checking them all out when he was doing his watch hours. But Restream, I'm gonna try to, because YouTube just makes it hard to bring somebody up to, you got, it's like, it's not even worth it.
Yeah, I've seen that from a lot of different people about the StreamYard and everything like that going up, and they've been trying things like Ron, Follow the Bradley's Fun, who was just in here the other day. He did a live stream about just that, the different platforms, trying to figure out which one to go with, and was it Ron? And then our friend Remy, he did the same thing on his. He was trying to figure out what to go with and everything too, because of the different prices. Everybody's trying to figure it out, and it's like, I agree with you. YouTube just makes it way too hard, and I don't like the vertical as much as
Yeah,
it may get
I
to the
know.
views
Yeah,
and
I
it may
know.
get to the subscribers and such. I just don't like it. You can't when you're streaming, you can't. The chat disappears, and
Yeah,
it's
that's
hard
what
to
they
get
were
up.
saying. Yeah.
And then the talk about your trolls. I don't like
Okay.
doing the vertical. If I
Okay.
can avoid the
Yeah,
vertical,
that's
I'll
what they
avoid it. I'd
say.
rather do
When
it
you
this way.
go vertical, it's more trolls. Is what
It
they.
is. I've been in several people's lives, and it's like, okay, because I'm famous rooted in essential oils.
Yeah.
He had to literally hit me with a wrench because I was like, I can't do anything. And he had like 16 freaking
He
accounts.
does.
Same
I
person
know
on
he have
16
a
different accounts
lot
come
of
through.
trolls.
And I'm trying to get rid of them all. And it's ridiculous because he went vertical.
Yeah.
I
Yeah. It is.
I just can't do it. I mean, like I said, I know it can bring in views, and it can bring in
Yeah.
more subscribers to your channel. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
found in the long run for us, it hurt more than it did anything good. So I can't stand using YouTube. I have to use an outside, but I use the free version of StreamYard. So I don't have people come up on panel or anything like that. At
Okay.
least not yet. So,
Yeah.
but for me, it's just,
Yeah. I
I
only
use
have
the free
one.
version.
Yeah, I only have. But see, they're not going to have the free version now.
I know.
Yeah, it goes away, so it goes straight to $44, and that's Restream does have it. But honestly, I would keep and still may keep it. But I pay so much in other stuff, and that stuff is adding up. Somebody is paying for my camera, praise God. And I got that really from a live stream. I was just talking about it one day, and somebody came to my thing and said, "You want yeah?" And they've been paying for it ever since. And I even offer sometimes, "You want me to pay this year? On it, So They always say no, but I'm definitely going to offer. Patrick is saying about cats. Would you have kitchen counters in that tiny home? Because I'm always talking about I don't want a cat because they jump everywhere. And he
Yeah.
said, no, they don't. I say cats jump. I was raised with cats. I don't care what you say, Patrick.
See, Bella loves cats, and she would love to have a cat. We just have one problem with having a cat.
What's that?
Our grow station. Cats do not do well with plants. They knock them about. They try to dig in
Oh,
the dirt. They destroy them. So that's
oh.
our issue. Is we grow indoors and such. So being that we do that, can't. Plus, I have allergies. I'm sure I could live with the allergies with medications, but yeah, the biggest
Yeah.
thing is we grow indoors. So cats do not. Houseplants and cats do not mix. I have a hard enough time keeping them out of my garden beds out on the deck because I've got some stuff on the deck there. Tom and his friends are out there. Tom Tomato and Leon the Lemon Bomb and Piper the Pepper are out there. Susie the Squash is out there. Now Billy the Borage has been, so he's not out there anymore. I name my plants. Can you tell?
Yeah. They say
But
they
they're all
grow
out there in
better.
like a.
They grow better, they say. When
Well, they're out there, and I have a hard enough time keeping the feral cats out of those garden beds.
Oh,
I'm not letting one into the house
I
to
know.
knock
A
them
friend
out
of
in
my
here.
family have a feral cat. They've had her for a year, and she's still feral. And the vets, they don't like to take her.
Yeah.
They don't like it because she's wow. Dee's
Yep.
Garden, hello, and thumbs up, everybody. Oh yeah, I'll stay in the bus if it's decorated and got the toilet and everything in there, right? It don't have to be pretty. It just needs to be clean, and that's it. That's where I am in my life right now.
Yep.
Dee said, "Not for me. I need room to move." She don't want the tiny home. I wouldn't last. I have fur babies. They need more room than us. She has 3 dogs. Three
Ooh.
older dogs. Yeah, Dee has 3.
Especially if you have like bigger dogs and everything, they do need a little bit more room. Having
Yeah,
3 dogs
they're
in a tiny
big.
big
They're not.
tiny.
I know. They're big. Is what. Yeah, big fam. Ah, girl, Chrissy, how you doing? She finally got a girl. I had all them boys and finally got her son. I think that is just so amazing. I wanted a girl. I had 2 boys running my family, heavy on my father's side, and I have 8 grandsons and 2 granddaughters. So that already tell you how it runs, heavy. So I knew not to have a third one because it probably would have been a boy anyway. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you, I just
Well, that was
got.
just it. I got lucky with first hubby. I had a nuclear family. I had the boy, and then I had the girl, and then with current hubby, I
Yeah.
had the girl, and then I had the boy. So I got the 2 nuclear families. So I got 2 of each. I got 2 boys and 2
I
girls.
used to say it's not fair because my sister-in-law had the girl, then she had a boy.
Ah,
But we probably, if I would have had a daughter, we probably would have battled. You know what I mean? When I think back, we probably would have battled. You know, so let's see if anybody else slipped in. Loveless Mary said, yes, I always need to be involved. I always talk to the teachers, both kids, because you know what's happening when you're not there. Samir, how old are your children? I think middle school was the worst for me, especially for my youngest son. Even my oldest son was good, and they had a call on him. And know why they called me? Middle school, because he was running crosses, and we told them that they can't run across. I said, well, what grade this is? And I even asked him, have you looked at his school records? Did you see he ever got in trouble? That's what happened when you got a good child. You could and they was gonna put him in what's that? How do you go into after school when you're in trouble? But they said we're just doing it in school. I said, I don't care, he don't need to be in there. What are you getting punished for? Because he ran across the school campus. Girl, and I always pretend like I'm writing.
I used to do that too. Whenever I would get a call and somebody's like, "Are you writing this down?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm writing this down."
I tell you, peaceful day, as I think I said. Living My Best Life says she's going to switch to Restream. And so many people can't afford 44. That's a lot. If you don't have that in your budget, and I say they have to realize the bigger YouTubers that make the money, they hardly do live streams.
Yep.
They hardly, and they'll give it to them free, just for them to use. It's those ones that ain't making up 44. It's a lot of money, y'all.
It is.
I could do it, but I don't want to because I'm paying all the other money. It's gonna mess up my budget in the end. But what I'm getting from YouTube getting paid. Let's see. She say, Miss Betty and Tiffany, yes, love you both, my beautiful. Thank you so much with that book school bus.
How was your trip? I was just gonna say for Chrissy, their big family expedition. How's the trek going to Alaska?
Oh my goodness, all those kids. But you know what? Go ahead.
I'm following along. I haven't watched their most recent video, which explains that. Chris has actually watched it, so that's how I know where they're headed.
Oh, okay.
But I'm like seeing all of them in that school bus. It's like, oh, this is gonna be an interesting, could be very interesting travel. So
I know when her husband was doing the getting it prepared, and they went over to this guy's house, and they had I guess he was a teen son or he was a young guy. But that's what I like. A lot of those kids in those communities, their parents really teach them how to fix vehicles. They, show them different skills. And that young guy, he knew. And that's what I really, oh my goodness, what I miss with my kids. Because seeing like in those rural communities, those kids know how to do stuff that you ain't got to spend no money on, y'all. Shoot. That's what I was really amazed at that time. And somebody said, I will be lurking in the background. I'm telling you, I do that a lot. Doing school with kids. Oh, you're doing homeschool too, huh?
Consume the goodness of homeschooling. Yep. And Bella's Whisper Farmstead, she also did homeschooling for her children.
Okay. PK Adventures. I think I said hello. D Garden Adventures. I may use the free version on a couple of different services. Okay. Because she is monetized and she does a lot of games. Sometimes she'll talk, but sometimes she does a lot of games. So I don't know. Hey, James Money, I don't know where I'm at. I got to October. So I don't know, what I want to do at that time. I need to pull up my budget and see if that's because I was paying $10. That's it. So I'm going from 10 to 44. That's like, ouch,
Yeah, no kidding. Since we were looking into the paid version of StreamYard a little while back, and we decided it just wasn't worth it for us because we only go live like once a month. And that's what works for us is once a month works for us because, we're busy with everything else. Mm-hmm. And then we do our premieres on Wednesdays and every other Sunday. So that's how we interact with our audience outside of doing a live. Mm-hmm. But we just found it was easier to do it once a month. And it didn't seem prudent to pay $10 a month for once a month streaming when the free version works. So for us, we just moved the free version.
I'm telling people and we don't know which way this economy going. You better hold your pennies on everybody, no matter who in there. But when you're poor, you're poor. That's just it. I don't care what color you are. I tell everybody, when you're poor, you're poor. You just have to remember this. Don't be sorry. Okay, she said, Jerry, what free one is not going to be out there anymore? StreamYard. They're not going to have free. Restream has it, but what? I can see Restream, since this happened, doing away with theirs. Theirs is like right now $16 a month. On Restream is the least expensive. I know Geeky Girl, I'm gonna have her next week, and she's been doing Restream forever. So, and the free one.
Yeah.
But going from free to $16 is fine. But going from free to $44, that's even $16 because it may not be in your budget.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Chrissy said I had to go say hi on her channel too. I'm so excited. Okay, Bella Whisper. Okay.
Yeah, she's saying hi to everybody, it looks like.
Yeah. Let me keep
And
going.
taking adventures and travels.
Yeah. I was up in the wee hours of the morning with the puppy. That's how I caught Felicia the other morning because she goes like in my wee hours of the morning.
Yeah.
Uh, D Garden said, I got 3 dogs and girl, huh? What? 5 cats? Huh? What, Miss Diana? Five? They all stay in the house.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of animals.
That's
I would
a lot to feed too. And then if
so
somebody gets sick.
I was just gonna say, so if I ever go see Dee at her place, I have to remember that about a week or two before going to see her, load up on the cold pills or the allergy pills.
Yeah.
I walk into that. That's an allergy waiting to happen for me.
Jacob, hello. How you doing? Jacob was on 11 hours gaming the other day. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
goodness.
oh my God, he's really trying hard to get that channel growing. It's hard. All channels are hard. I was gonna say the gaming channel. Yeah, it's not on my side to see, so we will have to wait until I kill my paid one, then see if the free one is there. Yeah, not on StreamYard though. StreamYard is non-existent. Uh Restream is the only one I've looked at. I don't know if anybody else have looked at anything else, but oh, she telling me the ages of her. Oh, you got a baby. 7 and 3 now, about to 8. Okay, 8 and 4. Okay, they're 7 and 3
Okay,
now.
hang on a second. I got like notifications on my phone that are driving me nuts.
I just put it over there. Okay, they are
There
7
we
and
go.
3 now, about to be 8 and 4. Oh, you got babies. Girl, you ain't been in them teen years yet. Them the
Oh, good
good
lord.
ones. Oh my
I only
God.
have one that's still still a preteen. I only have the 12-year-old. Once
I
next year goes, I'll
I
have
know,
you
but
as an
they
adult.
quick to be, and girls are like, oh, maybe that's why I ain't get them. She don't like me. Don't touch me. Don't look at me. Oh, yeah.
I have to admit, Bella can be that way, but it's not as often as you would think.
Uh-huh.
We'll just leave it at that.
Oh, goodness. Somebody said I missed counseling while away in Alabama and got the email. Yep. They're giving me time, so maybe you didn't see the email right away. I knew it was coming because I heard everybody talking. So I just left it in my email. Normally I delete stuff off, but I got to October to make up my mind to do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Peaceful said, but I canceled it, so I have to wait and see in October. And Felicia says middle school. Yes, middle school was the worst. For my kids, I was working as a single mom. I pulled my kids from public school to a small private, didn't have that money for middle school. Yeah, in America, I don't know what elementary. Elementary probably just as bad because I've heard one teacher before. She said she retired early. She said the girls were just nasty. She said really nasty. You know that inner school system thing. So she
Yeah.
retired early. She had to go on medication and everything. She was like, I'm out of here. I am out of here. Yeah. Let me keep going. Yeah, that middle school thing. My granddaughter just started middle school. Judy May says, I've heard a couple of channels say if you already use the free version of StreamYard, it will stay free. Oh, okay. Well, whoever got it free, let us know. But they're gonna not. Seems like I heard that, but they're not gonna offer it any longer to new subscribers. I bet you that's what they're gonna do. I hope so.
That's probably the way it is because more people are signing up every day. So if you sign up for the free version, if you already have an account, they may just let it slide. But anybody who's new
Let me
coming
go
in,
and try the free version. See
that'd be smart.
Yeah, maybe. It may happen. I'm telling you. Let me keep going. Thank y'all so much. And thumbs up if you haven't. Keisha said, agreed. Miss Felicia don't know how me or the kiddos survived middle school. Yeah, she has one in college and she has another one. I don't know if he's in high school or middle school. Um, oh, somebody's counting down to their next cruise. All right now. Yeah.
Yeah, we got several cruisers in here.
I know. We're currently in Canada. Can't wait to get the videos out to y'all. They're coming
Yeah, because
soon.
they crossed the border and they're in Canada on their way to Alaska.
How
So
is the bathroom thing? You know why I know about it? Because we had a trailer, and years ago, camper. That's what we had. And
yeah.
girl, we was always in that thing. And I always say when I got grown, it was gonna be a hotel room. You hear me? As a kid, we had a good time, but I can remember that bathroom though. I sure but we had a good time as kids. But you do it all the time. It's just something I know. You know. 54 days and counting until the utopia. Okay, look at countdown time. Felicia, why? We love your live stream. You can do it on Restream. Don't
Yeah, just
stop.
on a new program.
Unless you want to just, it's not something you want to do anymore.
No,
I can
okay, yeah.
understand that. Ooh, I can, and another thing too is I want people to realize, because even with me, I know I'm not getting around to other people's channels. Sometimes you got something just go. People believe me. Sometimes people just got something going in their lives, and you just don't know it. And I try my best, Sometimes I'm out in the clouds, and I need to start writing something in the comment thing, and not while I'm in the chat, because I don't really want to go in the chat sometimes. But I need to let people know that. But sometimes we have to be forgiven.
Well, that's just it. Is a lot of people out there. You guys may not know it, but Chris and I are there. We just don't talk. We do something called
Yeah.
we work. We have you guys playing while we're doing something else, so we can support you and listen to what you're saying while we're doing something else. And I find, especially with this channel, if I say hi to somebody
Uh-huh.
or say hi all, I don't get it. Just they pull me into the talking, and I get into it. So if I'm really busy, I'll just lurk. So do know that we are out there supporting everybody, and we can hear your
Yeah.
thumbs up. But we're
Yeah.
lurking like right now with
It
Fall
gets
Fest.
hard. It gets
The Fall Fest giveaway that they're doing. I've watched all the videos. I've given all of them thumbs up. I just haven't commented because we're in Canada, so I don't want them to draw my name by mistake and have to redraw
yeah,
work.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I watched everybody's videos and thumbed them up. I just don't comment
Mhm.
because of that. So
Mhm.
it's the same thing with the live streams. If you don't see me in your live stream, doesn't mean I wasn't there. I just
Mhm.
didn't comment. I
Mhm.
put you on and I go cook or I go do something, and that's what I do. So I just always forget to go back and make a comment saying, I did catch you. I'm bad for comments.
This is our 15th year home. Well, honey, you experienced, aren't you?
She is.
You are experienced. Peaceful said, I just that 1,100 a month. That's what most people do. On them checks, it's $1,100, and that's a lot. I can only imagine people have to pay rent. You got to. How you do? You know what I mean? I know you make it. I get it because I've lived on no money. You can't even find a quarter in the pocketbook. But I get it. I do. I get it. You just have to find as many services as you can out there, because there's so much. Because even there's a pantry right across the street from me. I told my husband, I'm going. He told my bed, and now you don't need. I said they may have something good. But I never go. But if I'm in need, I tell anybody, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna get it. Y'all, what y'all got? Something good? And then somebody said, one channel I watch and have tried Eva Mux and liked it. Okay. I might go over and see how that is. I don't, I like change, and I think sometimes I don't, because I don't want to change the StreamYard. I'm used to it. And
Me
that's
too.
what
It's
that's
what I started with and everything. And I've looked, I think, what was it? I think it was Restream I was looking at. I haven't figured it out just yet, but it's like, oh, this is so different. How do I do this? It's, I don't want to change. So if I don't have to, I'm not going to. I'm going to.
So I'm gonna let me go and try to go down, because I got something else I wanted to ask you. Let's see. Yes, we're going to Alaska. Let's see. Let me keep that trip. 25 to, yeah. Going from 25 to 4. And we need to know that because a lot of people didn't know, because we don't check our emails. Let me tell you, I almost missed something that was in my junk mail that taught me. I looked up. At first, I couldn't believe it. I was like, and it turned out first I thought it was fake. It was from YouTube. And I was like, oh my God. But if I would ended it and I had a time limit to answer them, I would have missed out.
No.
I would have missed out. I would never forget. Now I check all my junk. I don't just delete it. Don't delete that junk mail.
No, I always, whenever I check my junk mail, I learned a lesson to check it more often because I had something sitting there that I needed, same kind of thing last night. But I try to check my junk mail at least once a day.
Yeah.
And then if it's like somebody who, like a company reaching out to collaborate or have you work,
Yeah.
I never click the
Yeah.
actual link that they put in there. Thanks to Chef and his experience.
Yeah,
Chef, I never click that. Even though the email that I have listed is not the email tied to the channel, I still don't click it. I do my own outside research on Google. I Google the company. I Google, I even type out, the product name, not the actual link, the product name that they're in the thing. I never click links. I always make sure it's legitimate.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because I know one lady she lost her channel because of her clicking on something. I hope she got it back. She had a huge channel too. I can't remember her name.
Well, that was just it. Is Drunken Chef. He had the same thing happen. He clicked a link by accident, and they were able to lock him out of his account. They changed the name. They privated all of his stuff. It was like ridiculous.
That's just somebody you know. I don't care what nobody say. It's somebody you know.
Yeah.
I do. I know it's not 100% people you know, but somebody. Yeah, I can believe that. Kill that. Tommy, hey, John Paul, hey.
Morning, guys.
Yes, and Dee said she saw a big gas. Oh no, in Texas, a gas explosion. Oh my God.
Yeah, we saw that too.
Oh my God, gas. I'm telling you, gas prices are up and down. I'm glad my kids are grown. I'm just like, oh, I don't know. You will make it. I tell everybody. I always say, oh, how people. I know you'll make it because I made it with no money, so I know.
Yeah.
And then Judy said, try living on $1,053 a month. And that's what most people, especially when they retire that check, that's what mainly it is. About $1,100. That's it. And that people got more because of that big hike one year. But and just so happened with mine, thank God, Humana, I don't have to pay that 160 something a month. I hope.
No.
I was so scared. I opened the thing because they were saying some change. I was like, oh Lord, they're gonna have us paying that 100, but it wasn't. So please don't take $165. And then $16 butler. It isn't, but you know what? Some people, their budget is so tight, and that's what I have to remember. Some people, like I said, I used to dig in my pocket. You couldn't even find a quarter in my pocketbook when my kids was coming. And PK says, and that's what's so nice when you get together, everybody, learn something. Because who was that? Patrick was saying, why do you talk about YouTube all the time? I said, because we always learn something.
Yep.
From each other. I have to keep an eye on StreamYard. Right now, I have the free version. So far, I don't see anything about the free version. I hope not. I might go and try to start me one day. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Okay, so it was just a huge ball of flames. I'm telling you, so much going on. Not much money wise. I'm very poor, but yes, you're blessed. I'm telling you, if we really look around things, like I say, even with the food banks, and I know you even on your channel, you talk about, tell me a little bit about the food banks there.
Well, they're pretty decent. It depends on where you are in the country and even in the province as to how they work and everything like that. But they're there to help, the food poverty and food, all that insecurity. It's a very big thing, but everybody has those, stigmas attached to it that you go to the food bank and you're poor and or it's, you know, this sort of stuff. And it's like,
Yeah.
that's not the case, because I know families who were both have working incomes who still can't do it because of
Mm-hmm.
cost of living and everything like that. So yeah, they go every once in a while when they need the help. And I mean, it surely has helped us on a very
Yeah.
budget and everything too. So it's not just for families or for people on welfare or any of that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
But there's so many people out there that still think that, because that's how
Mhm.
they grew up and everything. But
Yeah, yeah.
it really has helped our family when we've needed it the most, to make sure, because as I always say in all the videos that I do post about that, no
Mhm.
one really should have to choose between a roof over their head or food in their stomach. So if you need to pay your rent, but you're a little short on your food,
Mhm.
go see if you can see. You never know until you ask, or go see if you qualify, because you never know until you do. I mean,
Mhm.
you can think, oh, I don't qualify because I make too much. Well, you
Mhm.
may not realize that. You may think you make too much, but it may be your cost, your
Mhm.
bills versus how much you're bringing in. Even if you dwindle it down right down to the bare necessities, could
Mhm.
still cause
Mhm.
you some food insecurity. So
Mhm.
it never hurts to go and find out and ask. I've
Yeah.
actually had a couple of my YouTube friends, like I have one in Ottawa. She was watching and everything like that. They're a single income family. She's a stay-at-home mom who also
Okay.
homeschools.
Okay.
So, and they were struggling. So she was watching my videos on that, and she got brave enough to decide to go and at least see. And
Mhm.
it turned out that yes, they did qualify. And she was thankful for me giving
Mhm.
her the courage to go and just see, because you never know.
Mhm.
Um, you never know until you ask. That's the biggest key thing, is with
Mhm.
anything, is if you're curious and you don't know, you will never know unless you ask. And that's for the
Mhm.
food bank, that's for anything in life.
Mhm. Yeah, and
And
it's
it's just
so
it you know, where we are, we're blessed, because during the haha time, they introduced delivery to us rural peoples, because we couldn't get
okay.
into if we couldn't get in and everything.
Okay.
Well, they've kept
Okay.
that up. So like with Chris and myself, we don't have a vehicle, so we do not drive. Chris can't right now due to we're ongoing medical issues we're trying to figure out. But um so they can deliver to us. So that is amazing. Not everywhere offers that, but ours does. And
Mhm.
they try their hardest to accommodate anything you might need. Like, they don't forget Missy. Like, every once in a while we'll get treats for her or dog food or
Oh.
something. So they never forget her. And it's just there for even some basic necessities. Like
Mhm.
they every once in a while they've been known to throw in bars of soap or laundry detergent or dish soap, stuff like that, like other household products. So we've been really blessed
Mhm.
and such. And we can go every 2 weeks here is what
Mhm.
ours is. There are some programs that are every month. There are some rural programs that are like you can go every 3 months, but they give you a decent amount when you do
Okay.
go. There are some where you have the official food bank, but you also have a church that does their own. There's
Okay.
multiple different places you can
Mhm.
go in different like cities and stuff like that. Like, it's becoming more and more needed in these days.
Yeah.
And like I said, a lot of people still have those stigmas attached to it. Oh, you're on welfare and such, or I can't because I don't, I make too much. Um, and that sort of stuff. And it's like, I'm a single person or I'm a senior. It's like, you never know unless you
I
ask. I mean,
know. I
if you're
know.
struggling, just go and ask. It can't hurt to go and fill out the paperwork, and either you're approved or you're denied. Then you know for a fact. You won't know until you actually try.
And like somebody just say, $2,800 a month for a 1 to 2 bedroom. I'll be staying out there homeless shelter somewhere. If I had to pay
Well,
$2,800.
that's just it. Is right now, right? Like, because we're currently looking to move, because if some of you may not know, we're living in my dad's house. My dad passed away in December of last year.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to sell the house, but we're trying to find a place. And it is ridiculous because we've got a boy and a girl. We do need a 3 bedroom because they have to be in separate rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been looking, and that 2,800 for a 1 bedroom in our area plus
Mm-hmm.
utilities.
Mm.
So that's plus, your heat, your hydro, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
So
this is
it
bad as
is
well.
ridiculous out there right now, and
Mhm.
and such. So yeah, with you and that's the funny thing too is you could get approved to pay $2,800 a month for rent, but God help
Mhm.
you if you try to get a mortgage for 500.
Uh-huh. Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, yeah, your credit is shot for a mortgage for 500. But yeah, you go right ahead. You can pay $2,800 a month for rent.
Yeah, VS speaks royally. She just done slid herself right in here. I left PK Adventures Travel up here because I think this is very so important. When you're leaving a present at someone's door, watch at least a 3 minute or longer. To
Yep.
make. I have people now that come just watch it short. Like, honey, this ain't gonna stick. Where it gonna stick at? And I
Yep.
won't honestly, I will not go back over to that channel because it's not gonna, what is it gonna do? A minute, you can't watch a minute and and run out. That's what I learned. I'm telling you, I ran so many what do I want to say, people playlists in every browser, especially when seemed like when we came, well, I want to say some of us older ones that came along, we were really into running those playlists. Oh, girl, back to back. And I don't see it as much. Usually people want you to run theirs, but then they don't want to do anything vice versa. I see that a lot now. Like, okay, it don't work that way. They'll go on their channel because if somebody really don't know you, they're just not going to run it. Let's be honest.
And it also comes down to the fact too with the playlists. If like with Tuber Chat, you swap a playlist, you also have to take into consideration that if you've already swapped with the person, anything that's already got a red line ain't gonna count.
Yeah,
So
thank
you're only gonna
you.
get that few videos that you've
Thank
missed,
you.
and then everything else isn't gonna count towards anything. If anything, it might cancel out what you've already done.
Okay.
So at
Okay.
least that's what I've heard from people. Some people, I can't say that that's true or not, but
Mhm.
it's something about invalid watch hours or invalid views or something like that. Like
Mhm.
YouTube can cancel it out and take that away from you. So
Mhm.
they, it's that they do that all the time. They play with your numbers.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you just have to be careful because, like I said, if you swap playlists with somebody and you hit that where all the red are, that's not going to do them any
Uh,
good. You can watch their like 5 videos that you've missed, or live streams or whatever it might be.
mhm.
But anything that's already been watched, I don't think will
I
really
know.
help.
That's what I'm saying. Is that, but it's like, oh, it was just with the monetization. How hard did you work, girl?
Believe it or not, I'm not as hard as you would think
Okay.
because
Okay.
of Tuber Chat and everything. Tuber Chat, when I found, and Jerry's just saying, I'm just going to acknowledge this down here. Jerry
Okay.
from Mother
Please
Family
do.
says it will count if it's been over 45 days since the last time you've watched their videos. See, I didn't know that, Jerry. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. But when it came to monetization, it was not on our mind. I didn't think it would ever happen. And then I met Jamie's Country Living channel on Instagram, and she introduced me to CNC Farms, Jerry, Al Chafe, all of them. And then from there, they introduced me to Tuber Chat. So when I found Tuber Chat at the end of February, beginning of March, 3 months after I started,
Uh-huh.
uh, I just went in. I was myself. I
Mhm.
networked. I ran people's playlists. I swapped lists. I
Mhm.
supported and just had fun chatting in the chat.
Mhm.
And within 6 months, we were monetized. And I'm like, that wasn't the goal.
Ah, ah, ah,
It really wasn't. It wasn't really the goal. I was just trying to meet other YouTubers and get to know people and just understand and stuff. So from that February to August when we got monetized, it was a complete shock. And everybody asked me, well, how did you do it? And I'm like, I
oh
don't know.
no, this I did it. I
I have
did
no
it.
clue.
It took me about
It just
almost a year
happened.
and a half.
But anytime anybody asks me, I always say, check out Tuber Chat.
Mm-hmm.
It helped me. So I'm like, check them
Mm-hmm.
out.
Don't give up on the monetization because if you start slacking after that year, because you start losing those hours, and that's what happened to me. But then you got to go in full grind mode. and I had to help with Warmstrong because he needed his hours and the subscribers. I just needed the subscribers. I had the hours, which is rare. That people is
Yes.
usually the opposite way, but
Yeah.
someone taught me early in the game, get those hours. Because she
Yeah.
said that's gonna be the beast. She said the subscribers, you'll get those. She said, but that I'm so glad I listened. I'm telling everybody early in the game, it's never too early to start
Yeah.
on your watch hours. So and we've been here an hour, 15 minutes. Girl, we've been running our mouth. And I
Yeah.
promised we was gonna be out of here by an hour, 15 minutes. I'm trying to get to the chat thing. And whenever you need to leave, because I'll probably be do like an hour, 30 minutes and get us out of here and get you back to family life.
I was just gonna say, Dee, yeah, don't give up on the monetization, but I will admit she is right. Don't let it stress you. If you let it stress you, it's going to be seen in your videos. It's going to reflect in your lives. It's going to reflect in everything. Don't let it stress you. Just
Mhm.
kind of let it go. Work
Mhm.
towards it, but don't let it be the forefront of your mind, because if you
Mhm.
do, you get stressed out. Like, I will admit, I did get a little bit of burnout shortly after we
Oh,
monetized.
yes.
So I will admit,
We
I
all
did
do.
get burnout
We
myself.
we all
That's
hey
why,
makeup mom. Yeah. We all
but
it
that's
was like I was numb.
yeah, and stuff. But just don't let it stress you out.
I was
Have
like,
fun. If you have fun and you see that in your videos and all that sort of stuff, people are going to flock to you. People are going to be there. They're going to watch your stuff, and you're going to naturally, organically grow and get there and such. It is a process. I was one of the lucky ones, like I said, that hit monetization
yeah, yeah,
within the first year. I
yeah,
still don't know how I really fully did
yeah.
it, but don't give up on it. Like, I
Mhm.
remember Gary and Susan there at Butler Family Farms. They were just getting
Mhm.
towards their first year of YouTube and that crunch. And I remember playing their stuff and all that sort of stuff. And we got them there, which was awesome.
Yeah,
But I've seen so many people who've gone over that year and then stress.
yeah,
And it's like,
yeah,
don't stress. You stress
yeah,
yourself out over this, especially
yeah,
considering if
yeah,
this is more of a part-time. Like,
yeah.
if you have a full-time job and you're trying to do YouTube at the
And
same time, it's
children alone. I know somebody
very
got 5 kids and trying to, get
yeah,
monetized.
it's very hard. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. So just have fun doing what you do. And when the time is right, it will happen, is how I see it.
Mhm.
So don't stress yourself
Yeah,
out over it.
yeah. And Judah May Collins, okay, she's saying according to the analytics page, you can watch someone's content 3 times in a row. My thing was, this was just me. This was I dreamed up this one. I watched it 1 time. Some people say, well, open up a new channel. I'm not doing all that, y'all. I one channel 1 time because I want to make sure it sticks. Because I don't want to say maybe, because I'm going to tell y'all what happened to me. I got the first time I got 4,000 watch hours. And YouTube went in there, and I said a lot of YouTubers don't talk about this. They went in and audited them 4,000 before I had my people, so I wasn't even close to monetization. They said they audited that sucker went down to 3,000 and something. I wanted to cry, literally cry, and that was because I'm gonna tell you, some people putting in stuff that they shouldn't have, and I'm sure they did it out the name of love. I'm gonna put it that way. But that's why I started doing my live streams, and I was just pushing it because I said, okay, I got 3,000 some watch hours clean, so I know if I do all this work. And that second time, I was so scared because you're like, okay, it was, but it went through. But
Yeah.
just know that first time, a lot of times when they go in and order stuff, or even what you have on your channel, they may even kick against that. But I'm talking real fast, but what I want to say is a lot of YouTubers are either losing their channels, they're either getting strikes against it because they're using other people's content. You cannot use other people's content, y'all.
Yeah. Reused content is the biggest one right now. And
Yeah,
I learned
it
this through Eddie Lugo Studios. Apparently he was using those, those little templates where you see
yeah.
little tiny whatever celebrities reacting to something through the different, I think it was CapCut or whatever. Anyways, he was doing that with his shorts, and apparently he got nailed for that. and he got lost his monetization and had to take all of those down and everything like that. So you have to be very careful also what you use when it comes to templates. If you use templates and AI, everybody's getting slammed. Even though people are claiming they're promoting the AI, they're also getting slammed. People who use it are getting demonetized too because of what's happening. So you have to be very careful on anything that you use. Like I use the music from the YouTube library itself. I always use my own footage. I found that if you want to like say reuse somebody's content, like say a clip from The Voice, like we did it on our channel just after we got monetized. We were watching Monster Jam on the TV. So I pulled out my phone because they were doing the graveyard thing and they were doing the celebration. So I pulled my phone out and we were hooting and hollering in the background, and you can definitely tell that it's on our screen. You can hear us in the background talking, and I made a short out of it. I didn't get dinged for that because it was a reaction video. You could hear us in the background and everything like that. You could, clearly see it was on TV. So I think that was the only time I'd ever done it, and I never do it again. But that's what I found is some of these people who've gotten dinged have used like the clips from these shows like The Voice and stuff like that with those little templates, with celebrities and such. And that's where you go wrong. You don't want to do that. We had a friend, I don't know if he's still going or not, T-Dub. That's what his channel was all about, was he grew his channel from those little George, what is it, Judge George or whatever clips and stuff like that. He got over like 70,000 subscribers and stuff from it, but he couldn't monetize because everything on his channel was reused content. And to try and start over again and try to do it and correct that, there was no way it could be done. Hey, Tina, thanks for coming in, hon. I just realized you put it up on the screen. Hi.
I'm gonna tell you what somebody. In fact, it is a gardener channel. What they did, they couldn't. And I get angry every time I see it. They couldn't get. I guess they couldn't get the clip, so they took a camera and took a picture of a part of my video, put it up, and it looks like I'm drunk. And I'm like, I hate that every time I see it. I hate it. And you just can't do that, y'all. You just at least ask permission. Yeah, I would have said.
That was it. You'll notice in my Vlogmas last past year, we couldn't make it out to a Santa Claus parade because the weather was bad and work schedule for everybody and such. So we couldn't make it out to a parade. But our friend Corinne at Corinne's Life, she made it out to several of them. So I'm talking to her on Instagram. I'm like, can we like restream what you like? Can we show what you're streaming? So we put it on the TV.
Okay.
And I set up the camera so that you could see it was clearly on the TV of her streaming. And I mentioned that she's the one doing it.
Yeah.
Bella and I got our hats on and we put some blankets on, like we were actually out there, and we were having fun with it. And I bleeped out the songs and everything like that, but we got her permission. And then I gave her credit in the description box saying we used her stream on YouTube and stuff. And I was able to get around that because I asked her permission. She gave permission, and I gave her the credit in my inbox or in my description box. But that's, when you can't do something like that, get out to a Santa Claus parade. Like I said, we had fun with it, but because it was somebody else's, I made sure to that I gave the credit where credit was due and asked the permission.
Okay. So you're going to do the Christmas thing every day?
Yes, I'm going to try doing the Vlogmas again. I'm already planning Vlogmas now.
And you got to plan it. I have never done it.
Last year, I started planning last year in October for Vlogmas. I had several of my videos for Vlogmas actually done in November so that I could put them out and have a little bit of a cushion. This year I'm starting now because we don't know what's going to happen. I'm trying to get started on the planning and even some of the filming now for Vlogmas then, because we don't know what could be happening. We could be in the middle of a move at that point in time, or we could have just moved and still be unpacking. I don't know what's going to happen when it gets to that point. in a
Okay.
couple of months. So I'm trying to plan now and everything like that. But the funny thing is nobody's going to know the difference. I bet you any money, nobody will know the difference, because last year's Vlogmas, aside from the decoration video, which everybody knew I decorate in December or in November.
Yeah.
Aside from that one, I bet you can't tell me which ones were done in November and which ones were done in December.
Mm-mm. What they say? I sure can. You know, another thing too, I want to bring up too. Once I think a lot of people get lost on this. Once you get all your watch hours, people think that you have to still get that every year, and you don't, y'all. You're done. You only have to do one thing every 6 months. I would advise probably doing something once every 3 months. But I hear a lot of people saying about, oh, I got to get. No, you don't. You know, I hear a lot of people, and I wonder why a lot of people do it. Samira says she's gonna do vlog October. It's me and my daughter's favorite time of the year. Somebody's doing September, Slaytember. Um, Thank you for all the likes and the love. I tell you. And Felicia says she may do Vlogmas. The only thing from when I started to now, Vlogmas is a little different, because Vlogmas, and listen, I ain't did it, so I ain't talking about y'all, because but they used to be, to me, just like vlogs or videos. Now everybody say you can do shorts. I know everything changes. You know, you can do shorts daily, or you could do and still consider the same. But I thought it was just like the videos. But I know everything changed along. You know, a lot of people ain't got time. And
Well,
even if you,
a lot of people also have their own way of doing it.
hey,
Like when I
yeah,
first started YouTube, I did the 12 days of Christmas. And our
mm-hmm,
friend Jason Keto, he did that last year. He didn't have time to do it for the full month, but he did the 12
mm-hmm,
days of truffles. So
mm-hmm,
you don't have to do the full Vlogmas. You don't have to do all 24 days or 25 days, depending on what
mm-hmm.
you decide to do. You can just do like the countdown, like the 12 days of Christmas. It's a popular Christmas song.
Yeah,
Take
yeah,
inspiration from that and do the 12 days of Christmas and use that as your inspiration. That's what I did the first year. And so
yeah,
I did, like I said, I did the full 25 days last year. So I have an idea of what both of them will do. So it's something that you can have fun with. And you're right, Vlogmas has evolved. It's not just vlogging or what I
yeah.
remember seeing, where everybody would go out looking at Christmas decorations at different stores and then decorating your house and then making the cookies
That's
and
a
this. It's
lot.
not that anymore. Like, it's a bunch, you can do a bunch of different things. Like last year, all of my videos were filmed in the
Mhm,
house. There was only,
mhm,
I think, one video where I was out and about and I got some footage, but
mhm,
everything was done here in the house. We didn't go out to the stores and look at decorations. We didn't do a
mhm,
Christmas haul video like at the grocery store or anything like that. Everything was done here at the house, and that's okay. And some people do 12 days or 24 days of shopping. So sometimes they go out every single day and do some kind of shopping.
mhm.
It's, you have a creative, like, creative
Mhm.
domain. You can do whatever you want. You can make it your
Yeah,
own. You don't have to do everything the same as
yeah,
everybody else.
yeah. Scott says I allow everything. The more, and that's, and that's fine, Scott, honey. The more I hear a lot, especially younger people, they'll say the more they use your content, the more exposure you will get. Because I hit the thing where you can't embed and stuff.
Yeah.
I understand what you, Scott. I understand exactly what you're talking. And I thought about it one time, but it's just so much out there now that I'm a little apprehensive on it, just giving you free reign of everything I got. You know
Well,
what I
see,
mean?
Dee just brought up something here. She's used a thumbnail from someone else. It's a collaboration thumbnail, and that's right. I have too. I've been in many collaborations, and I have
Mm-hmm.
used the thumbnails and stuff from that creator and everything. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it's the thumbnails that really people are upset about. It's when you use their content without permission.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Mm-hmm.
could be also a fine line. YouTube doesn't really give us very many clarifications when it comes to that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know, Scott. It's just a clip. I get it. I get it. I get it. But it's my stuff. It's just
It's my
me.
ball, my
It's
bad. I'm going
me.
home.
Yeah, all that hard work. It's hard work. It's hard work. I've been doing shorts every day for today will be 273. I want to do it for a year. I've done short every day. But 272 days, I'm like, it didn't start that way, but it ended up to be an amazing thing for me, though. I love shorts. Do you do shorts on your channel?
Sporadically. I don't use them very, very often, but I have a love-hate relationship with shorts.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what's the love and the hate?
I sometimes love filming them, but YouTube hates my shorts. I barely get any views and all that sort of stuff. No matter what I do, I'm like, it's a hit or miss with us. So I use them sometimes to promote the other things. Like I have a short that I have scheduled to come out on Saturday that is linked to hubby's cooking video that he just did on Sunday, because we have the hubby wife, the cooking challenge videos going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got a clip I took of that, and it's promoting his cooking channel and such. So Unstable TV, I think, said that they use their shorts sometimes to promote their long form content. So that's what I've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think all that fluff and stuff also says the same thing. So I've been trying with doing that. So I've now kind of turned my shorts into just kind of advertising, unless I see something that's interesting, like the thunderstorms we had come through here on Friday the 13th. We had this beautiful lightning storm come through, and so I took the clips I had and I turned that into a short. But most of the time it's just advertising the bigger content, because it just doesn't seem to work for us. So
what saves me, a lot of time I do a lot of talking heads, but I can walk right down to the water, and there is so much nature, and people love them things. Let me tell you, I just did what was it? A limpkin flying. I thought it was a seagull, but them people, they be correcting you, but they be nice. They be like, I think it. But, and then I just put like a religious song on it. Girl, that thing got about 7,000 views just with the bird flying.
that was just it. That's the other thing too, is when I do a short and everything like that, if I use the music that they suggest, I seem to get more views. I did that with, what was it? I did that with the Thunder one, and it was the Thunder. I put Garth Brooks' The Thunder Rolls on it. Mm-hmm. I took that same clip and put it on TikTok, I think it was, because I'm trying to experiment with other social medias. I took the same thing, put it on TikTok, and used his standing outside the fire. Mm-hmm. And that one got more views than the one on YouTube with the Thunder Rolls on it. So it's like, how does that work? Because standing outside the fire has nothing to do with thunder and lightning. Yeah, this one has. How does that work? So it is interesting to see. Yeah. And then I've seen other people who've gotten like millions of views out of a short, and it's like, why? It's like a 5-second short, and it's nothing. It's a duck quacking at the park.
I was gonna say that the shorter they've proven that the shorter it is, the longest, the 15 to 17 seconds, those are the ones that do really well, unless you got all the pomp and circumstance. You know what I mean? Yeah. If you have that. I put out one which I thought that wasn't going to do well. It still hasn't done excellent, but I'm amazed, but people watch it to the end. It's about a minute. And I put it out and I'm like, I ain't gonna. Then I put out 2 that day because I'm like, I know this one. And they end up, it still gets more and more every day. It's just what I want to call episode thing that I wanted to do. And I said, I'm just going to do it. If it's, and it's doing better than I thought. Not like a lot of numbers, like, some of my other stuff. But,
yeah, it's the same thing with me. I put out a couple of shorts. There was a part where I put out shorts that were like 5 to 10 seconds long. And Chris was looking at me like, it's not long enough to see anything. Those ones have gotten like thousands of views over my 30-second ones.
Chris, listen to your wife.
No, it was just you couldn't understand it at the time. Because and I was the same way. I thought the same thing. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this because people have said that I've heard the same thing you did. And he's like, nobody's going to watch that. It's not going to do very well. And it surprised us both that how well those 5-second clips actually went. It was like I think it was, I took a lightning strike out of the front. It filmed it out the front, and it went right down in the cow pen across the street. And I was able to catch it on film. So I cropped it and I did the original and which was only a couple seconds. And then I put a little bit of a slow-mo so you see it go down. It was like maybe 7 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally watched that sucker climb and climb and climb. I'm like,
You're like,
I put out a 30-second, I put a 30-second one out of all the lightning strikes we saw that day, and it didn't do anything. 2 different things. The same thing, lightning strike, 2 different ways of doing it. And the 5 or 6 second one of the lightning strike itself did better than the 30 seconds of multiple lightning strikes. I was like, okay. Because I was the same as Chris. I'm like, it's not going to work.
yeah. And
It's
sometimes you can go in and change the titles too. If I see
yes.
it isn't working 2 or 3 and it's kind of slow, you can I could just put wow, comma, and then the sucker just then takes off. So it's like, I don't get it, but it works. Yes, when it don't do anything for your watch hours. That was why I didn't do them. But I was strongly against shorts at one time. Now I'm not, because it opens your channel up. Maybe people won't look at your long form, but it still opens up. You may get one person that comes in and sticks with you. You just, never know. So,
and yeah, I was gonna say Jerry's here from Butler Family First says their shorts get anywhere, can get upwards of 500 or more views and such.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And theirs are anywhere from 15 seconds and stuff like that. Well, I hate to admit it, Jerry, but there is something we can learn from you, and I hate to admit it, Gillum Farms. Cows and farm life in a short seem to work. People love cows. They seem to love they love the cows, they love the goats, they love the llamas, they love watching you guys take care of your farm in that 15-second short. So you got that going for you because you're a farm. So I've noticed that farm has gotten blown up. So that's part of probably why. And they're real. That's the other thing too, is I find some of these staged ones, they may get the views, but I don't like them. I like seeing more real, the real content, the real, the realness behind it.
And one more thing, I know we talked about the rural life, so we can go, past that a little bit. And and we'll kind of end it this way. What keeps you going on YouTube? What keeps you going? You think that you don't want to stop? What you think?
Those 2 right there. Both of my kids, they keep us going. We started the channel to preserve the memories that we make with them. Yeah. And for my family in Ontario, because most of my family lives in Ontario and Chris's family is here. Well, here and a couple other places. He's spread out a little bit more, but for me, it was my mother. When my mother passed away, she didn't get to see them very much because she was in Ontario. We were here. So I wanted my family back in Ontario. They always worried that we were, especially when we first moved here, that winters were harsh and power goes out, you're going to freeze and all that stuff. So I wanted to be able to show them that, here's the kids, they're growing up, they're doing great, they're flourishing, we're having fun as a family. And it also to preserve the memories for those 2, like recipes that we've done. I've done a lot of cooking on my channel. A lot of the recipes are the ones that my mother taught me when I was growing up. Well, now they've got a step-by-step how to, when they get older, if they want to share their recipes with their children.
That's so true.
It's just a way to preserve for them. And yes, the monetization is awesome. Yes, the met is awesome. Yes, everything we have achieved up until now has been awesome. But the thing that keeps us going and wanting to grow are those 2 kids.
Okay.
Those 2, the little girl and that little boy in there are our reason for continuing.
And then also they know they can work for themselves and they don't have to work. You know what I mean? Okay, I see my parents doing this hard work because YouTube is hard work. And then they'll say, maybe I'll try this and maybe I won't have to do the 9 to 5.
Well, and the thing too is it's not just that, but they also are learning themselves that if they don't want to do something, nobody can force you to do something. I say that all the time. If they don't want to be on camera, I'm not forcing my kids on camera. When you see them, they want to be there. Like when I did the and you saw them all being nuts behind me. Oh my God, I was ready to kill them. I was laughing so hard I was ready to kill them. But they were having fun. And such. But if you see me in like the cooking challenge the cooking challenges, Alex was out there with us.
Okay.
When we did Chris's video. But he didn't want to didn't want to be on camera, none of that. He just wanted to be out there with us. So those parts of the clip you don't see.
Yeah.
I'm not going to force them to be in there. I'm not going to force the kids. So it also helps teach them that somebody can't force you to do something. But unless it comes to, like, if you are in a 9-to-5 job, you do the job. You don't whine, you don't complain, you do the work, or you get fired. That's just how it works. But with this, it's like, okay, nobody can force you to be on camera if you don't want to be. If you're uncomfortable being on camera, like my family, they support us wholeheartedly. Mom could be watching right now, like, hi, mom-in-law and father-in-law. You could be watching right now for all I know. I'd say my nephew is watching, but he's probably actually in school right now, so he's probably not watching. But they all support us.
Yeah.
But they don't want to be on camera. Like, I caught them once or twice, just the back of their head.
Yeah.
And anytime they were on camera, I would quickly move off of them. That I used. So that is the biggest thing for them is if you guys see the kids on camera, they want to be in the videos, but I'm not going to force them to do it. Like, we do a lot of family togetherness, and that when we do the family togetherness and such, when you see them, that's because that's what we're doing. That's what we wanted to do. Alex's birthday, Bella's birthday, we did these different things. We celebrated, we filmed it, but we celebrated at the same time. Like, what you saw was only a small portion. Excuse me. And what you see of Alex's is only a small portion of what we did. We still have the family togetherness. We that, you can have a nice work-life balance. You don't have to focus all on this or, I am lucky that most of our family watches. Like, I mean, all of our family, even cousins and stuff watches. So we are very lucky in that respect.
I know some of mine watch, they just don't say.
That's just it. Like I said, all of our family does, but the kids are learning just that you can see mom and dad working hard, and you can work hard, but you can also have the fun and the family, and it doesn't have to be work all the time. You can have that balance and still have fun as a family and stuff like that.
Because it's a form of history. And when I say the video that didn't do as well, and really it says, I'm a little Negro girl from the past. I have something to say. Please listen. And it's just history. That's all it is. And it's really, like you say, for my grandchildren to kind of know how it was for me when I grew up. And somebody said, do you have to use the word Negro? I said, it's on my birth certificate. I can't change that. It's on my birth certificate. You want me to change it off my birth certificate?
But that's just it. It's like with the Bud Files, they preserve history too. Like, everybody has their own way of what they want to do. Jerry and Susan, their Butler Family Farm, same thing. They wanted to preserve their way of life and the way they do things so that their grandkids down the road can see their kids, their grandkids, their great grandkids can see how they did it in the future and stuff like that, and can use it like as a how-to if they're in the farming industry and so on and so forth. It's the same thing. These two are the reason why we started, part of the reason why we started the channel, and they're really the reason why we keep going, is we have fun doing it. And like I said, yes, okay, monetization, yes, it is a fun thing to get, and it's exciting when it happens, and seeing your channel grow and get new family members is awesome. And you do feel it when a video doesn't do as well. You do feel it, but you feel it a little less when you realize that the reason why you're actually doing this is for your children and their children and their children's children, kind of thing.
It'll blow up after we pay.
There you go. See, you never know. But like some of the older videos that don't do very well, we didn't do it for the views. We did it for our children so that they can see it in the future. Like, look back at a time and say, hey kids, look, there's mom and there's Grammy and Grampy right now. We're having fun doing this. Like, look at that. Grampy got scared by a backfiring of a tractor, so we all got scared by that when that happened. So just remembering the memories and such that you're preserving.
Hey, bro, Kill, how you doing? But you know what? Thank y'all so much. And I'm so grateful that you came on with me today. I didn't mean to keep it as long, but it's always amazing. And if anybody in the chat want to come and join me and run, hey, Gabe, and run y'all miles, please come over to my Instagram. I am Renee J. Gathers. And I got 2 openings in October. I think the 2nd and 3rd week I have open right now. And please, I would love to talk, even makeup mom. We can talk about some makeup, girl. We can put on some makeup while we on him. Hey, what that content. But it was so strange because Tuba Chat asked me the other day, how are you doing on your YouTube journey? And I don't know where I'm at, honestly. I love doing the shorts. I love doing the lives. My blogging, I kind of put on pause because I don't know where I am with that right now. I
Yeah.
don't think I've gotten my footing in where I need to get. Shorts I have. I know I could really make them, grow. I know I just gonna have to put more pop and pompous stance in there to get it really
More
popping.
entertainment.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah. More entertainment. Like you want to make something that people actually want to watch.
Yeah,
That's not
yeah.
boring and that sort of stuff. Like you want to have fun while you're doing it. Give it more entertainment. As Chris always says, and I actually have been taking this to heart a lot recently. Think about the TV shows that you like to watch that when you were growing up, where you would literally watch them the day that they came out. We didn't have recording back then, so you got to
Mm-hmm.
a commercial break, and what did you do? You ran to the bathroom, you ran and got your snack, you ran and got your drink in that small little window of commercials to get back
Mm-hmm.
to watch it because it was so entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
use that as your that's how we use it. We use it as our kind of like a template. Have fun with it. Make it so somebody wants to come back. It's entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's even though you're preserving your memories or
Mm-hmm.
your way of life or whatever, or showing people how to do things and such, like baking and everything, make it fun. Toss in a commercial here and there, like yourself. Like if you have a product you have to that you
Yeah.
have to endorse, toss a commercial in your actual
Yeah.
video. It makes it fun, and you
Yeah.
guaranteed to see more people will see it, and
Yeah.
it's leaving bloopers. Like I know
Mhm.
Pete's gonna has reminded me that I've got to do. I promised I would do a Tiffy takes video where it's how many times I have to do a retake of myself saying something because I do it a lot. But
Mhm.
bloopers and stuff like that, toss those in there. Those can be fun. Like the cooking challenge with Chris just recently, we had several bloopers that I left in of him trying to talk about the plugs that we had in there, and he couldn't remember the kilowatts. And then when we were I did a little bit of a behind the scenes thing, and it was me this time because I didn't get on camera fully. I'm like, oh, all right. So I went back and I'm like this at the camera, just like
Mhm.
fun little clips like that show the realness and show that entertainment. Just put something in there that's entertaining and brings people back in and such was
Hold on.
the best.
Hey, did I put somebody, the wrong person in timeout?
I don't know. I can't tell you.
Ah, ah, Pete.
I don't see anything on my end.
Okay, good. Okay. Make sure I put the right one in timeout. Okay. Because I've known to throw the wrong person. I just put somebody in timeout. So yeah. But
Okay, I will. I want to address that too. D, yes, that does happen a lot too. When you go, sometimes with Tuber Chat, you'll go in, you'll get all these new people coming in. They'll help you,
yeah,
and then you'll never see them again.
yeah.
So it does happen.
And that's even if they're not from YouTube. Some even like with the shorts and stuff, you get all them people, and they don't, they may they're only coming back for the shorts. You may get one that look at your long form, but that's what they're there for. That's the way YouTube wants you to do shorts, y'all. Just they want you to do shorts, and that's just the way of the new world now.
Yeah,
They want shorts, is what even if you do now minute or 2 minute vlogs, that's what they want. Make it short, sweet, and they out of there.
that's just attention spans these days are small.
And like she said, it's hard to keep up with everybody you connect with.
Yeah,
And I know somebody said they used to get upset when, people, and I said, you just don't know what people are going through. They're trying to be helpful, but then they're going through, and with me, this, you just don't know what people are going through. I would love to do more. And I'm the type of person, that's one thing, and then I'm definitely going to end this. I can say no, but I have to remember a lot of people can't say no. I have to remember that when I ask somebody and they don't answer me back. Because like the other day, I think I was in Tuba Chat and someone asked me about running their playlist, and I could have just left it alone, and I probably should have. And I said, no, not right now, is what I put, because I really couldn't at this time. Because something, I don't know if they took, I said, I probably should have just skipped it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, yeah, I probably shouldn't even, after I did it. But I didn't mean any harm. I just couldn't do it.
Well, that's just it. And that's what a lot of people, like you said, we may be YouTubers and we may share most of our lives, but you also don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What's going on back here behind my camera? You don't know what's going on back there. You see what I'm willing to share with you. You don't know what's going on in my
I've
life.
been up at 1 o'clock with the dog, then 4 o'clock, then you know what I mean? Like, and then
Well, that's just it. We've had those moments where we've had lost power and we've been up all night and we wake up in the morning and we're like, oh, okay, I cannot function. I'm not going into a live. Sicknesses happen. Like, you don't know what's going on in the background. And you can't keep up. Once you get to a certain point, it is hard to keep up with all those people you follow and everything like that. So
yeah. And
I take it with a grain of salt. If I don't see somebody in my chat, it's like, oh, you weren't there. Why weren't you there? Or you didn't watch my video. Or okay, so they couldn't watch it. They'll either go back and watch it when they can, or they will miss it. It's no big deal.
You don't know
Everyone has a life outside of YouTube. Yes, we share it with you guys, but you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Most content creators can say that. And so, and if you're another content creator, you also have to worry about creating content for your own channel.
Yeah.
If you're spending most of your time in people's lives and they're watching their videos, you're not creating for your own channel, therefore your channel goes by the wayside.
That's what happened to me in the beginning, trying to help everybody out and forgot my own channel. And
exactly. That's what I just said. Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't watch everybody's stuff if you're trying to put out your own content too. Now, Chris and I, we've changed our channel around a little bit. We do the premieres now, which we premiere every Wednesday, our videos at 6 p.m. Atlantic. Very happy, Mom. Atlantic. No, that's 5 p.m. Eastern. She nailed me on Sunday about that, because in the video I put 5 p.m. Eastern, right? And she goes, you don't realize we're not in the Eastern time zone. I'm like, yes, but if I don't say Eastern, people look at me like I have 6 heads, because we're in the Atlantic time zone. We're an hour ahead of everybody. We're out farther into the Atlantic. But it's just, you can't always watch these people's stuff and put your own content out. So we're getting overwhelmed too. So we do our plant update every other weekend, and that one goes out 8 a.m. Rain, it never fails. So that one goes out. It's been the staple since we started, so that's where it goes. And then every other weekend outside of that, we premiere another video at 6 p.m. our time, so 5 p.m. Eastern. And then every Wednesday is the same. That way we get to interact with our audience and so on and so forth. And I find, and I'm sure everybody else who may do the same thing, that premieres help. They help get you out into the algorithm because it shows interaction and that sort of stuff. So,
okay.
Central time is the correct time. Yeah, cute.
Okay, someone's asking a question, and we're gonna let this be our last question, because we'll be on here forever. What are some advice, both of you, and I'll let Tiffany answer this. What is some advice that you can give to someone to make some good quality videos?
Be real. Don't be fake. And no one is perfect. Anytime you see any of those people out there where I always go back to, there's this one woman I was watching for the longest time, and I stopped because it was getting to be too much. The house was always like a clinic. It was so neat and tidy. It's like, okay, well, do you live there or do you just shoot there? And then she would fake it by putting like little tiny piles of laundry that she would toss into this and say, don't be fake. Okay, yeah, you don't want to show, you don't want to be living, you don't want to show like you're living in a sloth and like slob and everything. You want a clean environment, but don't be fake. Don't fake it. It has to be natural. Be natural. Have fun doing it. Don't stress about things, and just shoot what you want to do. If you're Moss, whatever the numbers are, I can never remember. He's right. If you have a passion for what you're doing, then do it. He has a passion for models. He does that. If your passion is walking, do that. If your passion is farming, do that. If your passion is like us, cooking and being a family, stick to that. Yes, branch out a little bit, but stick to that sort of stuff. Like, show your passions, and people who are like-minded will find you. have
Yeah,
fun while you're doing
yeah.
it. Don't be stiff. If you're nervous, you can reshoot. You have
Mm-hmm.
to remember that. If you don't like it the first time around, you can always reshoot until you get it the way you like it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And sometimes the bloopers can be fun. Like, just be entertaining. Make a joke every once in a while. Laugh at yourself when you screw up. I mean, how many times have I done that on camera where I'll be doing something and I forgot the guard on my mixer and poof, I got flour all over myself. It's like, and I'm just laughing at myself because, oh, how did I forget that type thing? And just that sort of stuff. Just bring a little entertainment to your videos. Even if you're doing like a how-to video on how to repair a
Yeah,
car engine, bring a little happiness, little bit of
yeah.
spirit, little bit of fun to it. And
Mm-hmm.
even though you're telling people how to fix something, they're going to be like, okay, that was fun to watch. He made it look fun. They made it look fun to do something as simple as fixing a car engine or making a meal for the family. Or even if you do like some people do day in the life where they're cleaning and they're doing laundry and stuff. Make it fun. And people were like, well, hey, I didn't realize that sort of stuff can be fun. If they can do it, I can do it. And they'll come back and watch you do more and stuff like that. Just be yourself is the biggest key. Be
Thanks.
yourself.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're gonna get ready to get out of here.
Yeah, we've been on for a while. We have 2 hours.
I know. I didn't expect to be this long. Yes, I
I think
did. Me
this
and
happened
you.
the last time too.
Yeah, me and you, we should know, but I would love to come on you anytime. So just let me know. And like I
Yeah.
said in the chat, please, all of you little talkies out there, come on over and go over to my Instagram and sit. And please, so I can talk to the homesteaders and y'all Canadian about y'all ice. Okay, thank y'all so much for being here. And I'll see y'all next Wednesday. And bye-bye. Oh, look at baby. Oh,
Yeah, you just come out.
Whenever you're down, out in the cold, faithless and dark, your story's untold.